Since its release, Starfield has remained somewhat of a constant topic of discussion within the gaming industry, praised for its scale and ambition, yet critiqued for its lack of cohesion and polish in key areas. With Bethesda now entering the second phase of the game's post-launch life cycle, the conversation is shifting toward what could be next, a rumored PlayStation 5 release and a possible second major expansion known as Starborn. In this video, we'll explore the recent developments surrounding Microsoft's platform strategy, the implications of the upcoming DLC, and offer some personal reflections on where Starfield currently stands and where it could go next. While Starfield is still an exclusive for Xbox and PC, recent developments indicate that Microsoft may be softening its stance on exclusivity. Multiple credible insiders, including Nate the Hate, report that PlayStation 5 version of Starfield is now in active development. However, players shouldn't expect it anytime soon. It seems that the current target window is spring 2026, not 2025 as earlier rumors suggested. This delay appears strategic. Bethesda reportedly wants to package the PS5 release with a comprehensive overhaul of the game. Yeah, I'm recording during a thunderstorm. Anyway, including technical improvements, UI enhancements, and the next major story expansion. The goal seems to be delivering a complete and polished experience for PlayStation users. That said, no official announcement has been made, and sources suggest that Bethesda will not be revealing anything at Gamescom 2025, for example, choosing to wait for perhaps a more calculated reveal. Following the launch of Shattered Space in 2024, Bethesda has confirmed plans for a second major expansion though, so while the studio hasn't revealed the title, many believe it will be called Starborn, which is a name that comes from a previous trademark filing and the lore surrounding the multiverse-connected characters in the game. Shattered Space received a, lukewarm reception to say the least, especially among Steam players, and Bethesda is expected to raise the bar for the next chapter. According to industry reports, Starborn was originally planned for a 2025 release, however, it now appears the expansion might be pushed back to 2026 in order to launch simultaneously with the PS5 version. This dual release will allow Bethesda to reintroduce Starfield with a fresh marketing campaign and all content bundled together. As far as I'm concerned, I've genuinely enjoyed my time with Starfield. It may not be the greatest space sim I've ever played. It's not even a space sim, it's more like an arcade-ish space game, in fact, and it probably doesn't qualify as the best role-playing game either. But that is not where its strengths lie. Where Starfield truly shines, in my opinion, is in its first-person shooter mechanics. The gunplay feels tight and responsive, with a wide arsenal of weapons that not only look great but also feel distinct and serve distinct tactical purposes. I often found myself switching between them just for the sheer fun of it. Even melee combat surprisingly feels impactful, something that's notoriously difficult to do in a game that also focuses heavily on ranged gunfights. While I found the main questline underwhelming and at times too abstract, the side quests are where the game really comes to life. Many of them are rich in narrative and provide meaningful lore that fleshes out the world and its factions. They add depth to the setting and allow players to feel like they're part of something bigger, which is where I believe Starfield should continue to expand. Bethesda made a good step in that direction with Shattered Space, and I think there's enormous potential for more of that kind of content. As for the rumored Starborn DLC, I believe it would be an ideal opportunity to delve deeper into the mystery of the Starborn themselves. Who are they, really, right? And how did they become what they are? What was the origin of the first Starborn? The main quest teases a lot of these questions, but ultimately leaves them unanswered. A DLC dedicated to exploring these themes would not only make sense narratively, but also would give closure or at least a meaningful expansion to one of the most enigmatic elements of the game. Ideally, such a DLC will build directly on the ending of the main story, treating it as a narrative continuation rather than a standalone side plot. I could imagine it involving travel across multiple universes, making meaningful uses of the New Game Plus mechanics, which was an ambitious and unique concept that still feels underutilized. And of course, it would be fantastic to see more of the characters like the Hunter or Father Aquilius, who hinted at far more depth than the base game ultimately explored. As Starfield continues to evolve, Bethesda sits at a pivotal crossroads. A potential PS5 release and the Starborn expansion represents more than just content updates. They are an opportunity to redefine the game's legacy, fill in narrative gaps, and finally capitalize on the immersive potential of the universe it has only begun to reveal. If executed well, this next chapter could do more than just reignite interest among current players. It could bring Starfield the broader acclaim it has long aspired to. For fans who've stuck with it through its growing pains, the road ahead could be most exciting, or it could lead to yet another disappointment. Anyway, that's pretty much it for these rumors for Starfield with the PS5. What do you guys think? Do you think it should indeed be released in PS5 with the Starboard expansion? Do you think it's ever going to come out, or should Starfield just be left to die? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Sneak through the shadows with my gun in my grip. Better watch your back or you'll be in my clip.